Introducing your co-hosts, Chedda Mike, Lil Mattress, and Dave. 3-piece and a biscuit. 3-piece and a biscuit. Scoop of gravy on the news or you missed it. We got you covered. 3-piece and a biscuit. 3-piece and a biscuit. 3-piece and a biscuit. Scoop of gravy on the news or you missed it. We got you covered. 3-piece and a biscuit.
If your voice is Horsey, I am Guillermo Enfermo.
Shout out to Tony Dorsey.
For those that don't know,
And I am Chedda Mike. Hello, welcome to the show.
I am Lil Mattress at Lil Mattress, LILMATTRESS.
Yes. This is the show we always come back to once a week to talk about last week and see what's going on. Shout out to the Steamians out there once again. Checking out the show, leaving some nice comments. I like it.
no, we have steaming comments.
We
Nice.
do. We
You know
got
what?
people. We got curators. They be talking to us. They talk back. You know, it's a nice little community we got going.
Talking shit. Nobody wanted to answer to our question though, right? No one called in. By the way, hit us up right at 203-941-0045.
Yes.
Trivia question. Who remembers last week's trivia question?
I do not.
I do not.
Do
Yeah,
you though? That's the question.
Should I
folks.
double
Come
it, or
back
do we have
and-
another question?
I
We'll
think we might
about
have to
that.
double it.
Double it, and I'm gonna
Double
come
up,
up with a
double
different.
up,
Make
double
the
up.
question a little bit more interesting about it. Maybe something relevant. But speaking of relevant, right? Weekend review today, I think is a big day.
Yeah.
WrestleMania, no, right?
WrestleMania is
We got
today,
the
man.
champ. Championship
WrestleMania
belt.
is
It is a
today.
big deal. I'm always a big fan of WrestleMania. What's your WrestleMania highlights or
Ultimate Warrior has to be.
actually, rest in peace,
Yeah,
right?
Rest in peace,
course.
Ultimate Warrior passed
One
away.
of the first.
Today's WrestleMania. But what? Ultimate Warrior beating Hulk Hogan?
Just every moment.
Just whenever he was in there?
Honestly, but it might have to be Hogan.
You know what? You're our wrestling aficionado, okay? We all follow, but Ultimate Warrior's first WrestleMania moment, was it that honky tonk man? Remember he had like that 30s. Remember, like I know
You know
his
what?
first. Well, and I know
Honky
you're gonna say
Tonk Man
technically it
was a
wasn't
beast.
his, but what was his first? What was his first WrestleMania moment?
I don't know.
No?
It might have
Okay.
been that because he was down on the card for a little while. You know what I mean? When he came in,
But what-
he
what-
wasn't Ultimate Warrior immediately, and I mean by that as like he wasn't main eventing with Hogan immediately. So
he shot
it
off-
might have been.
He was skinnier Warrior. He wasn't.
Yeah, he was the
Yeah.
Dingo Warrior.
No, but okay. So
It might have been that.
But let me ask you this then: what about your WrestleMania moment then?
My WrestleMania moment. Ooh, I gotta think,
And
man.
even if you had a couple of them,
Yeah,
You
I mean,
know?
well,
because for me it's definitely early on. I definitely lost touch, here and
Yeah.
there, but you
Yep.
know, did stay relevant with it. But I don't know. I guess.
I just missed the Macho Man. You know the
Yeah.
Yeah,
snakes.
those were
you know,
definitely
the
memorable.
Warriors.
The early the first 10
Early days,
the
yeah.
first 10 I hold like in a special place like
Yeah,
in
yeah.
my heart.
Yeah.
Right?
Actually, you know what? It would be mine. It was either WrestleMania 12 or 13, but the Bret Hart Steve Austin double turn. That was the
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Everyone knows
That's
that.
a good
Not
moment.
everyone knows, but wrestling fans know that iconic picture of Stone Cold, like with his face in pain and the blood dripping down while he was in the sharpshooter. That match was insane
Yeah.
because Stone Cold went in as a bad guy. Bret Hart went in as a good guy, and when the match was over, they were turned. And
Yeah.
that shit was masterful.
Yo.
That shit
Yeah.
was serious.
Yeah.
And then beyond that,
Yeah.
because I went last year, that entire card holds a
Yeah,
space
yeah, yeah,
because
you
I
got to
was
see
there.
it.
And I got to see Undertaker's quote last match, even though he's probably coming back today to fight John Cena. But
Oh man.
but he
Yeah.
got defeated at WrestleMania and then took off the hat, took off the jacket, took off the gloves, left him in the ring and left.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
He did
yeah,
that whole
yeah,
thing
got
to where
to
he
see
was
that.
supposedly retiring, but then Vince McMahon's a motherfucker. He will convince you to
Yeah.
just give
Yeah.
me one more, Mark.
Money.
Just give me one more, Mark.
Yeah,
You know.
Yeah, he either
You
has
wouldn't
something
leave
over
me.
him or
But it's rumored that Undertaker's going to come back as when he switches character a little bit to the American Badass. He was a biker
yeah.
character
But,
for a
so
while.
is it coming out to where like how does he want to last go out?
He's
Right,
a
because
Ghost Rider.
everyone right.
Yeah.
That'd be almost
That'd be dope.
Because it might
he's
have
gotta
been
be
like
listening. That was just
Yeah.
mind blowing
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah.
because it might have been like last year the Dead Man retired.
Yeah.
And then maybe this year the American Badass.
So does that
retired.
mean-
because Kid Rock is performing and Kid Rock did his theme song, so it could all
Yeah.
But wrestling fans like me, we dig too deep into absolutely everything.
No, but then it all
That's part of the
happens, and
game.
you're like, "See, told you so." That's why we
Yeah.
watch it, and we're just like,
There
"No,
was
we
that,
don't watch it because you keep telling me what happens." Now.
Did y'all hear about that fake fight about there was in a, like the
I think-
Undertaker passing away?
Oh,
in the
no,
past out,
no.
And, like, it was crazy. Like it was on the internet, like Facebook.
I know. Well, yeah.
Fake news, fake
Every
news.
so often, he dies. Bill Nye dies.
Eddie
Alfonso
Murphy
Ribeiro
dies
dies.
in a skiing accident once a year.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Eddie
yeah,
Murphy
yeah.
dies in a skiing
And there was
accident
something
once a
else
year.
though. I saw there was somebody was like originally like the first person to be oh God, I don't know.
Person to fake his death.
No, not fake it, but they
Pauly
were to
Shore?
be along the rumored of always going to the rumor mill. Like, this person died. This person died. You know.
Yeah.
But also going back to WrestleMania, remember how many rumors there were about how many different Ultimate Warriors there
Yeah.
were?
Yes.
And there was just one. It was just Jim Hellwig.
Yeah.
Going through transitioning.
Juice, no juice.
Exactly. That's what it is. He was going off cycles and shit.
And it
so-
just shows you how powerful that shit is. That it made him feel like, I have to, I have to do this. I have
Fuck,
to,
man.
Yeah.
It's crazy how he's passed away on
On your
sacrifice.
birthday, man.
Sacrifice.
I know. Yeah, that's crazy. That'd be
The Warrior.
on WrestleMania,
Speaking
right?
of the Warrior, shout out. We do have a tribute song. We're gonna post that down below later. Check that out.
Yeah, check when you click below to check out the links and everything. We're gonna have the link to the song that we made about the Ultimate Warrior. Rest in peace to the Warrior.
But yeah, man. So today though with the fresh news was the Texas with the military border. Was there
Well,
something?
no, that's because talking the news, saying part
Or that was
of the
last
beginning.
week? That was last week.
It's current. This is
current.
news right now. Talking about as far in terms of border control, because it's been a topic for many years. I could tell you at least 25, 30 years I've been hearing border control in some type of way, and it's like, well, what are we going to do? And there's things, but like people aren't following through with things. Are things enough? Do we need all the things?
I think
So,
it's
but now
too
it's-
early to tell.
No, well, it's saying like, well, now let's put the military there. So that's the question. Is that proper funding? Is that right? How does that look?
Well, what are they taking the military away from somewhere else, or
I don't-
are they calling up the?
Truth is,
I think it was like.
Are they calling up the
4,000,
reserves? Are they calling up? You know what I mean?
okay.
Like,
And then it's a multiple in the years to come.
I'm not, I don't have an
Actually
ear
read
to the
something,
street.
yeah.
I'm not in the red room. Or,
The danger room.
Okay, but I guess the National Guard obviously was first mentioned.
Yeah,
And it's funny because when you first think of National Guard, what do you think?
National
1
Guard.
week in a month, 2 weeks a year.
I think it's some
Not to
They were people in the past though too, probably some
retired
yeah,
people
some
get into
retired
yeah. Okay.
I gotta sneeze, damn.
And like I said, sounds okay. All right, let it out.
It sounds like at the end of the day, you have humans that do believe in American value and rights, and I think that they're willing to. That's what they do for their time. They put their body in, so they're willing to sacrifice. I guess a little violent. I mean, it's not really volunteer, but they're held to a certain standard. You know what I mean? And they're gonna get the job done. I believe in them.
I thought
Everyone's gonna
I
step
thought
up
you was
to the
about to
stage and-
sneeze. That's what happens when
I
you don't get to sneeze.
I gotta sneeze now. Uh-oh.
I think it's an interesting thing to see what's going to happen. Like, I want to see. So are we going to get news footage of yes, this is generalizing, but Juan hopping the fence and getting shot? Like, I want to see if it goes that far, or if it goes,
that's like a crazy picture to paint, but almost interesting, right? Because if you do put up a wall, you know what I'm saying? It's just like not only if you do get over the wall, but like bang.
And then they just make
I see, but
taller ladder.
yeah, it's kind of a mind fuck, if you will, just saying like the country.
What's up? Oh, it's like out. All right, coming back at y'all, everybody. I'm sorry.
Right.
Go ahead.
Just the presence, you know what I mean? Just the presence of having, a military presence. Because I think most places that do, it just seems it's a lot. So can we do it? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot to take in for the mind, saying that like, now we have,
Well, we've had these resources, and we
I
have
guess
these
put
people.
them to work, right?
Well, I mean, not the people are resources, but these people, and we do have resources that are willing to do something, and they chose to do that career. So shout out to them for doing it.
Yeah, I think it's just going to be interesting to see what they're actually going to be doing. You know what I mean? Because
Is
like
it gonna be
there's
a constant patrol.
I think the news that we have right now is that there's being 4,000 or however
gonna
many
be-
troops
yeah.
being sent to the border. But then that's where the sentence ends. Where
Yeah.
they
Well,
go,
there's
"Is something
why?
about to explode?"
Here's
they
No,
Okay.
not at all. That's
There's funding for vehicles for doing patrols.
Yeah.
It's just the basic patrol routine.
Because when you say that nothing explains more, because
There's
all they say
weapons
is the
involved.
border,
I
and
mean,
border's big.
they
So
are
yeah,
armed,
you gotta
you know?
you gotta have people driving up and down, and you know.
Yep.
There's people stopping, checking, things.
It's just cool. It just makes it seem like that free to go thing, like technically, like the feeling of being American and
hiding.
being like, hey, like I'm just gonna go ahead. Well, American only works basically till you get to the border. Then you know what I'm saying? Like we have to accept it. You know what I'm saying? I guess.
I got a buddy that does border patrol, so there's a lot of stuff that.
You got a buddy on the border.
Got a buddy on the border.
Doing
the
buddy
patrol.
on
Shout
the
out
border.
to him, keeping us safe.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. What else is out there though for that?
I mean, but to flip back to the what we were talking about, man.
For the wrestling?
Ronda Rousey's first
Yeah,
match
yeah,
is
yeah.
tonight.
WrestleMania.
So that's going to be interesting. Ronda Rousey's first match is tonight, and she, like I said,
And
I
that's
think,
a
I
mixed
believe
tag match.
and that's a mixed
which
tag
I'm
match.
always kind of like about.
Well,
you
the
know?
thing is, I believe
First match?
it's a spectacle, and she's put in that definitely to protect her because she does not know how to fucking wrestle yet. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
This is her first real match.
first match, yeah.
Damn.
Like she's done a couple of promos and blah blah blah, and like slapped Stephanie a couple times. Like did a Samoan drop once, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's
This is
her first match, and it's
lot of
her and Kurt Angle versus Triple H and Stephanie, which. I mean, you really couldn't have three better people to be in the ring with to mask you into, to
making it look like But here's the thing, though. Like, has Stephanie Stephanie's kind of is she a wrestler?
She's been in plenty of matches.
Yeah,
like,
I gotcha.
no, she's not, every week out there wrestling, but she's one of those, like, if Vince McMahon's daughter doesn't know how to do it, what the
she
fuck?
fighting?
you know?
Ronda Rousey and Kurt Angle.
Ronda Rousey. They're fighting who?
Ronda Rousey and Kurt Angle fighting Triple H and Stephanie McMahon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now that's one of 14 matches. Now, let me ask you this: match of the night, since you're the wrestling fan.
It's gonna be a good one.
It goes two ways, right? So what's your prediction on match of the night and WrestleMania moment?
Wow. WrestleMania moment, we probably won't know what's happening.
Well,
you know what I mean?
maybe
Because
hinted towards
it's going to
something
be
along
one
the
of
lines
those.
The Undertaker, though, right? That's probably.
Well, because dog, he's like 50 fucking 6. He can't move that well. He like
not
literally
even his appearance, though.
his appearance is kind of telegraphed because the entire time the build to WrestleMania has been John Cena calling him out and him not showing up.
Yeah.
So that's been happening for the past 8 weeks. So John Cena is going to call him out at WrestleMania. He's most likely going to come out. But honestly, the WrestleMania moment would be if he didn't come out. That'd be the funniest shit ever. If Vince was just like, fuck him.
Yeah.
We're not doing it. He's not coming out.
Now,
Mark said no.
Damn.
And then,
I was gonna say, would they have? Well, because would they have to wait for Halloween maybe for the whole like?
well, no. Right after this would be SummerSlam, but they don't build too much for this, though.
I think that's the only way the Undertaker will come back, like the whole old school from underneath the ring.
They used to make it
Smoke.
happen, but what about the other technicians though? That because the Japanese guy, he's got a big match too.
Shinsuke Nakamura, he's fighting
against
AJ Styles
he
for
won,
the belt.
He won the Royal Rumble,
Yeah.
right? And that was
That's
is
one
that
of
a
those
story that
like
gets buried, or I think it could be good.
it's supposed to be one of those dream matches. You know what I mean? So it's got a
'Cause
lot
dude
of
can
pressure
get
to live
down.
up
I
to.
only saw
Oh,
clips of it, but this dude like
nice. He's
So like
real
certain
nice.
dudes like make you think like that wrestling's fake, but what they do, you know what I'm saying? Like the presentation of it all.
The better way to put it is wrestling is predetermined. You know what I mean? Because like regardless
yes and
if you
no,
know how
almost
to
99% because a dude could pull a hammy, right? You know the
No,
stories.
no,
of,
I mean the finish is supposed to be predetermined,
yeah.
and the tough thing about the fake thing is where like, man, they're really falling. No matter if they know how to fall, no matter if they know how to like, no matter what it is, this shit it hurts
Whole
either
night,
way. You know.
It's a cool presentation. And everything.
Yeah.
But yeah. So that's why I'm saying like I hope he has his moment. Aside from that, really looking at the card, I don't mean to sound hokey, but it does look kind of hokey. With the there was an Uso match.
The Usos finally got on WrestleMania, and that's like kind of their story this year. Is like they've been with the company 7 years, and every WrestleMania that came up, like they would be on the pre-show or not on the card at all.
Yeah.
So there's what's that?
I was going to say because it seems like they're all stories. That's why it seemed like it's. I guess that's why it's so
Uso.
long, you know.
So yeah, they're fighting a New Day, which should be interesting, and the Bludgeon Brothers in a 3-way match. So that should be interesting. They always go, and everyone at WrestleMania goes nuts and they go hard. So
Yeah.
Charlotte Flair, Ric Flair's daughter, is fighting Asuka.
Yeah,
the,
okay.
The winner
I
of the
thought that
women's
was-
battle royal.
yeah.
So that should be interesting again. Also because Asuka's never lost. So that's
I didn't think about that. I thought there's also a women's battle royal, right? There's an Andre the Giant battle royal.
yeah,
and then
which is
there's-
on the pre-show, which means dick.
Oh,
It
really?
doesn't-
It doesn't. Oh, I thought that's not. They don't do it like the Royal Rumble where they like throw some old school guys in there.
There might be, but it's one of those things where Vince McMahon is a nice guy and wants to get everyone on the card and get everyone a payday. You know what I mean? It's going to be 30 women doing a battle royal at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's one of those. Whoever wins, it really doesn't mean dick.
Yeah.
Because they do the same thing with the guys. They have the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, and
that's
if
the
you
first
win
thing that
that,
pops
you
off,
don't
though?
get anything. You don't get a
No
title
push
shot.
towards
No,
anything,
nah.
right?
But the women's Royal Rumble's the first event that pops off.
It's on the pre-show, so it's somewhere between 5.
They're probably hoping
it
that
happens
gives
between
fans
5
though, a
p.m.
little
and 7.
purpose to get there early, maybe. You know.
Yeah. And it's like I said, it's a thing to get everybody on the
Yeah,
card, get everyone a payday, all that stuff. Because even there's a lot of talented women that are in it.
Yeah.
That just like I said, there's 14 matches, and they still can't fit everybody in.
Real.
The problem that WWE has
5
right
hours,
now
right?
isn't a problem. It's they have an embarrassment of riches, and they have
Yeah.
so many good fucking people that you get amazing wrestlers in the first match that no one's paying attention
For
to.
real.
You know, so
He needs to also do a shout out to Vince here, but you need to turn into the what's that roller rink hit people roller derby.
roller derby.
Well, they did right. Well, who
He needs to rebrand it and make a new one though, because you got all these
Octagon ring was-
wrestlers,
was done,
put these
though?
motherfuckers on skates.
they did.
I'm telling you, put these
Yes.
wrestlers all on skates, and you got the fucking newest shit. I'm telling you, rollerblades or skates? Probably skates. I don't know.
That's
Just
fucking
funny.
funny.
Tell
That's
you, Vince,
amazing.
Trust me, man. I got ideas. Shout out. That was. But damn, that's crazy.
So, but WrestleMania. What else we had going on though? Yeah, you said,
WrestleMania. The last thing I
Oh,
heard about
Brock
that-
Lesnar, man! It's probably going to be Brock Lesnar's last match for a while
Oh,
because
yeah.
he's going back to UFC.
Yeah.
So that should be interesting
That's
to
part
see
of the
how
part
he
that-
goes out, to see if he plays ball with does he go out with a
Well,
crazy
see-
match, or does he go out with hey, yeah, we're doing this for 2 minutes and then I'm getting the fuck out of here, because
Ah.
Brock's gonna Brock.
You're
Believe
right,
me,
exactly. And that's, I think, why do we, well, I guess we keep putting up with it, but it's always interesting because, yeah, Brock will come and go as he pleases.
Yep.
And then, when some people, what are some of the, stiff, rough, Brock's known as one of those guys that, will hold a punch and a serious knee.
Yeah.
So it's just like,
Yep.
Yeah, Brock knows how to fight for real. So
he does it
sometimes
all.
he does
yeah,
fight for
no,
real.
he's- really,
Like-
I guess you don't know what you're getting.
Exactly. And that's part of
He
the
go Tyson on you. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I don't
That's
think
part
he
of the
would, but I'm
allure.
just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing too, where they say Dana White said that he's going back to UFC.
and I got
but
another question. This is what I thought you said.
Dana White said he's going back to UFC, but last time Brock fought in UFC, he failed his drug test. So Brock still has 6
What?
months before he can even enter the testing
Do
pool
anything?
again.
Yeah.
So
What did he pop for?
Some
Who
type of
fucking knows some bullshit.
No, I'm just curious if it was like,
Wolf
is he a
Cup.
pothead? Is he fucking opioid or is it steroid?
estrogen blocker. So
Yeah,
steroids.
okay, yeah,
Estrogen
yeah,
blocker,
okay, yeah.
so steroids.
Makes sense.
Yep. So, but that kind of adds to the
So
allure
he
too
committed
of
to his craft.
yeah. It kind of adds to it to where he doesn't have to leave, today.
Yeah.
So it like he could stick around for another 6 months.
And that would
I'm
take
sure
him to
Vince
SummerSlam
finally
or
learned how to
something, right?
wrangle him in with his
I
contract.
don't know though. Yeah.
What's that?
I think Vince realized finally his NDAs, his non-disclosure agreements and contracts. He's got it down good now.
Well, yeah. As far as having
There's
that.
the only way I could see Brock doing something. Okay, Brock, you fight. You're supposed to lose, or maybe he's like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna fucking beat this dude unconscious and win, leave.
Yeah.
That's all he could. You can't really stop him from doing that.
Yeah.
So, but okay. This is what I thought before. You guys heard about the Conor McGregor thing?
Yes.
At the promo.
That shit's
Now let me
nuts.
ask you this: is
I haven't
Conor
heard it.
okay? So, well, actually, I only heard a piece of it, so I don't know if you remembered. If you want to explain it, but my question was, do you think that was WWE wise, like what he was
I
doing?
don't because.
Well, here, hold on though.
Yeah.
So Cheddar Mike knows kind of what happened. There was a promo, right, for a
No, it wasn't a promo. It was okay, yeah. There was a pro. It was announced that Conor McGregor was being stripped of his belt for
Oh, shit.
this.
Oh, okay. I
fight.
thought
Because
I didn't know that. I thought it was like a pay per view or something.
No,
okay.
no.
So it was announced. He was kind of calling Conor out then.
This was announced. Well, no, it was Dana White, not necessarily calling him out, but
I'm just saying making
Dana White was calling
my
out Conor?
thing. No, my thing was saying
No.
making an announcement. I would have said send it in the mail, like you're not, but I guess.
well,
everything-
they
yeah,
had announced
they
it
had
to the
to do it,
world
yeah.
because the two guys that were fighting the next
Seriously.
day we're gonna fight for the belt that he just stripped him
Oh.
from. So that's why it made sense to put it out there.
You
You
waited.
know?
You wait just before the day to.
Well, I think that's what's trying to have
Yeah.
Conor not lose his fucking mind.
Yeah.
But that didn't work out.
So it makes me think
they
it is
announced
scripted.
that's the part that did look like it was scripted because then.
Yeah.
First off, who the fuck let Conor in the
Yeah,
building?
so
And
Conor
even
comes
though
in
he
and
wasn't
loses
in the
his shit,
building,
right? He's like-
it was in the parking lot to where the guy that he has beef with, Conor then ran into the parking lot, picked up a dolly, you know, how you
Yep.
would move furniture and shit,
Yep.
furniture dolly, threw it through the guy's bus window.
Yeah, like
But-
30,000 in damages or something. Or,
Yeah,
I mean,
but,
you gotta
but
be
the,
kidding, you
the
don't
thing
know.
was where I tend to think that it wasn't fake is like 2 fighters from that weren't able to fight the next night because glass cut their face, glass in the eye,
Yeah,
shit like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
So
Shit.
it was one of those like Conor
Rick,
got
dolly, dolly.
but the thing is like
Gone
Conor
crazy.
got arrested for real. Like
Yeah.
that wasn't
Yeah.
a joke. Like
Yeah.
when he's in front of a judge in New York. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
I got
Like,
you.
So he tried to, but so the whole reason was they were trying to
Stripped him of his title, so he
got pissed and
went crazy.
acted out. Yeah.
Yeah.
But-
Okay.
but
all right.
my thing
All
too-
right.
Yeah.
The only thing that where I'm like, well, who the fuck let him in? Even though it wasn't in the building, it was in like the parking structure, but it was still in the building.
Yeah,
you know what
yeah.
I mean?
Somebody had to there was a swerve. You know what I'm saying? Somebody had to lie to
Conor
somebody. You know what I'm
McGregor
saying?
in
Said
the
let's just do it all.
building.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Funny
like
shit.
either Conor was just like, no, trust bro, I'm gonna be cool, and
Yep.
or just whatever. Yeah.
Trust me, man. Oh, good.
Yeah, and then he threw a fucking, like I said, a dolly through the window and sliced up a couple of people, and
Damn.
there's footage of it from every
Slice
angle.
and
That's
dice
the
and
other thing
McGregor.
too. It's like there's footage of it from every angle, so that's weird. And
Yeah.
Oh,
who knows
shit.
though, man?
Busted
I wish
it.
Conor would actually fight again, because I don't know why he just doesn't fight again. Or if you don't want to fight again because you just made $100 million, cool.
I
Say,
think that's what it is.
come out
though.
with braggadocious, with your dick in your hand and be like, I just made $100 million.
Yeah.
Fuck you. I don't
Yeah,
need the
yeah,
UFC.
yeah,
Peace.
yeah.
I'm out.
Yeah.
Drop the mic.
Well, I think that's
Yeah.
what it is though, because there's nothing to do after that. I think you establish like that big taste of the money, and you're like, well, how do I keep it coming in? You know what I'm saying? Because it's one thing to have $100 million fight.
Yep.
All right, well, how long's $100 million going to last you until you do whatever?
For
with it?
Floyd Mayweather, not very
No,
long.
that's what I'm saying. A lot of people.
Yeah, yeah.
He's not the only one, Speaking of which, though, and I hopefully this was a rumor, but he was talking about getting into MMA, right? The big mistake, get his ass swept
Yeah.
so fast.
I think it's absolutely.
I'm not super crazy about him as a boxer either, though.
I don't think it's fake. I just think he's saying it to drum up
Yes,
publicity
yes,
for
yes.
himself.
Yes,
you know
yes,
what I mean? Like,
Well, he's a promo. Yeah, he's a promo.
he's a
machine.
promo monster.
Trying to keep his buzz.
Exactly.
Buzz
Yeah.
button.
Keep the buzz going.
On him, yeah.
But no, from what all the UFC guys say is he's gonna go fight in boxing again because he's one of those guys where he makes $50 million and he spends $50 million. Like he's dumb like that. Like how 50
Yeah.
Cent, when 50 Cent was beefing with him and he was shit on him, he's like, this motherfucker doesn't even know how to read.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
real.
yeah,
Like the
yeah,
dude's
yeah.
stupid in real life. He's just an amazingly gifted athlete that has discipline in that area, and like he can really, he knows how to win, but he doesn't know how to fucking read. So how well you gonna manage your money if you can't even read?
Oh shit. Goodness
But
gracious.
yeah. You're listening to 3 Piece on a Biscuit.
Yes.
Give us a call, 203-941-0045. I am Guillermo Infermo. Riding a little, the bird flu, right? Hope you're enjoying episode 14.
Riding on the wings of the bird flu. Riding on the wings of the bird flu.
Shit. That's too funny. Yes. And I am Chedda Mike. You can find me at I don't even know my own shit, but it's down below on the link. Trust me, so you can check me out. Down below.
YouTube. Oh, speaking of
I ain't
YouTube, we
talking
missed
Australia.
this one. We're like, we got all of these topics. We're probably close to 60 minutes in. Hope you're enjoying it.
yes.
But YouTube news. Do we talk about the YouTube shooting? Jump on the
Oh, yeah,
bandwagon?
you heard
That
about
was
the,
crazy,
yeah.
right? No, but that's just like that. You put that in a whack job, though. No, or is it? Is
they all
whack
whack
job
jobs,
freedom
but-
of speech, or because I don't think it's. All I'll sum it up and say is the lady was complaining about not getting her money, so
Yeah,
she
yeah.
lost her shit. But I think if you have somebody that's going to give you money, you kind of gotta. There's certain things that don't apply to it. No, is that in a nutshell?
I think the craziest part about it is that she wasn't detained. That was the wild.
She wasn't
shit.
detained.
No.
Oh yeah,
Like,
along the
she's
way.
not in fucking jail right
yeah,
now.
when her
Like,
dad called, she should have been fucking locked.
Yeah,
What?
yeah. Like,
Oh
she's,
my god.
she's not
Or the
in
time when
jail.
they found her in her car. She was sitting in her fucking car. You know?
Goodness.
Oh god.
It's
what's
a, like,
this
so
drama?
there-
What's this one?
And That's exactly.
Arrest
what
that
it is.
bitch.
But yeah,
this
so
is
there was-
the YouTube woman that went
Yeah,
there looking.
yeah.
Was this the whole hype though that they made? It was like
It's all hype because
she
she's
was the crazy leftist.
well,
they
she's
said?
all crazy leftist, crazy vegan,
Oh,
Transgender,
okay.
all
yeah,
that.
Yeah. She
Yeah.
was everything, and she was her biggest thing was she was complaining about not get. She was demonetized.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
she wasn't getting any checks in. Now this is a common thing because a lot of people, you know, you hear saying like, "Wait a minute, YouTube's like, you know, demonetizing me."
Mm-hmm.
You know, well, it's one thing. Do you want your platform and expression, and do you also want to get paid for it? You know,
Yep.
well, if you're getting paid for it, you know, your boss has some type of say on how he pays you. You know.
Well, the other thing, I don't know about this woman or man, whatever she wants to be
Did you
called, because
see
she is
it?
transgender, so you have to be very careful about that. I don't know what her channel was like, if her channel was big, but I do know because one of my channels got demonetized because they changed the system now to where you have to have, it's something like 1,000 subscribers, and you have to have 4,000 hours of watched content for them to even look at you to be monetized. So a lot of people got demonetized because one of my other channels said I have over 500 subscribers, but not that many people watching. You know, so I don't have that much because it's kind of like a channel that I used to use. Yeah. And so I don't know if it was that. Also, I don't know if maybe she was a YouTuber that was getting paid and then she made a mistake like Logan Paul, something like that, and got demonetized. I don't know what her situation was, but like I don't know if she was making a living off YouTube. She did something wrong. They fucked her over. And she was like, "Fuck it, get the strap." You know? I don't know what happened.
I thought she offed herself after.
She did, yeah. It was what two people were dead, I think, including herself. A couple, people injured. But yeah, it was crazy. They should have got her like early on. You know? That makes
being pumped in the news or no?
Yeah, oh, absolutely, absolutely, it was a big deal. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people weren't sure which way to go with it. You know, they were just like, this is just all around crazy. Like we can't really.
Yeah, it was just I think such a bizarre situation over. It was just the entire situation was crazy. You know what I mean? Because it's a transgender that
on the real it was him. All right, think about it for a second. You have the vegan, leftist, transgender. Okay, she's doing yoga. Okay, she's not preaching about no God. She's got an open eye, and all of a sudden, the paper stops coming in. You got no more paper.
What happens when you stop the paper?
The government's definitely Dude, you see the thing about money? What's the percentage of money that's got cocaine on it? Like 90% of all money can be traced to cocaine.
Oh shit!
So,
There's more false
I
news to scare you. To scare you,
99.7.
the drugs are everywhere and money's bad. Don't touch us. Don't touch the money. It's got drugs on it.
99.9.
Ivory had a commercial.
Ivory
soap.
man.
Ivory still makes soap.
Ivory
was put out of the game, no, by like all these body washes.
They might have been.
Who's using bar soaps? If you're in a hotel.
Soap. Who you
Dude,
soap?
the bar soap.
Soap.
You use soap?
Soap? How does that work? No, man, a bar soap in a hotel is the worst. Like, it makes your skin feel like rubber afterwards.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, skirt. I hate it. It makes you feel like dolphin pussy.
And he knows.
Exactly. Because I
Read it on
live
the
near a river.
internet. Because he got gills. Call him Johnny Gills.
Yeah.
This world, though?
A lot of crazy shit.
Don't forget to subscribe, y'all. For
Like
real.
it, subscribe
Don't forget to subscribe. You like the show, hit the like. You don't, hit the dislike. Leave the comment. Let us know.
No doubt. Tell me about Sinclair. I've heard about it.
Off topic.
No, Sinclair is they're a multimedia organization. They own like a whole bunch of news stations, and they put out a broadcast for all of their viewerships. They're all their channels, all their anchors to read. Read it at a certain time. Read the exact same script. Say it this way, like say hi, not hello. Like to a T.
Program you.
Well, yeah. And again, by definition, and then again at the same time, a YouTube video comes out. Not YouTube, but somebody puts a compilation saying, "Hey, look what happened on like this particular night." All of these, and if you sync it, you can put all of these news stations.
Oh,
and,
yeah,
yes.
yes.
But I'm saying perfectly, not talking about chopping and screwing it, like hit start, and at 31 point, whatever seconds, you will all be done speaking. Yeah.
Wow.
just interesting because what they do is they talk about like being fair and what I'm saying, like fake news out there, and
That's
it's
been
just,
going on for a while. Yeah.
right, yeah. So it's kind of like saying like okay,
It's
how
not
much
true,
of a
right?
big deal is this? Because is it like, are they being fair and putting it out there? Are they being deceptive and putting it out there? But definitely interesting. And then you have people going ahead and saying
Wake up.
well, yeah, because the funny thing.
It's the 8th of the month.
Wake up. Wake up.
Because then you have people saying like, you see the liberal media, all the media is liberal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they go ahead push. But then you're like, well, wait a minute
I saw
though.
Luciferian.
Well, no. Well, at the end of the day, no, it really is. Because then find out, well, this group isn't really like straight liberal group. So that's kind of the take. I think they just kind of put it in your face, and then everyone kind of is making a bigger deal about it because, like you said, the shit's been going on. You know what I'm saying? To make a big deal about it now, it's just like, well.
We
I don't
making a
know.
deal. We don't care.
I don't know. Like I said, I'm not
Can't
about being woke.
demonetize us.
I'm not about being woke because I don't go to sleep. So,
Tell him. Shit.
but that's what I gotta say about that. So Sinclair, be fair. I don't care.
No,
So it's
that's
basically
crazy.
just a reading that they do.
You gotta see the video
yeah.
in fairness because all I'd say is shout out to program directors. You know what I'm saying, and like the rest of these people, like the way that they read it, and then the next person, like it's a 3-man group when they're doing. They're all standing in front of the camera and saying like before the news begins, like we at such and such. And it's just like bam, 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 bam.
Yeah.
But again, if you have your local favorite station, there's certain things that they do that you watch anyway. Here's the deal. Okay, I just realized
they don't even know that they're being used that much though until it's brought out like this.
Well, yeah, I think a lot of journalists don't realize that they're being used. A lot of these people come in here with some type of dream and then see where things are going on. There's that chick. Oh God, she was a former CNN person, and then she went ahead. And she's very enlightening, like Alex or Alexa something. But yeah, no, you know what I'm saying? They start out with these good intentions, and then you find out how the world really is, you know what I'm saying? Eye-opening, and then like,
yeah, wake up.
It's like rabbit hole, and...
We're gonna get shook really good in the future, and we're gonna wake the fuck up.
Yeah, don't go to sleep.
That's right, y'all. It's gonna be a great time to be living. We're gonna see a lot.
So is the Me Too movement dead? Or are we hopping on to the next thing? Is it what's Hollywood feeling right now? What's Hollywood aggravated about right now?
That's a good question.
Are we Me Tooing it? Is Harvey Weinstein coming back? What's
What's
the
proper punishment for him though?
It's not even done yet. That was just the twinkle twinkle little star. How I wonder what you are. Oh, we're gonna find out what the fuck you are in the future. Try that was a little twinkle twinkle.
Mm-hmm.
For real though, I mean that's what I think. I've been, like I said before, I'm the deep conspiracy woo woo guy. I try to tell you about QAnon the leak projects.
Let us know.
Julian Assange. I mean I just go on and on, but losing my train of thought here, guys. Help me.
Let me know about the leak project. What's that?
The leak project.
Leaky leak.
So many leaks going on.
Is that like a wiki leak? Is it different?
Talking about borders, we could talk about the biggest border. What's going on with Antarctica? I mean, what's our thoughts on
the wall? Are you referring to the wall? Are you talking about the wall in the north?
Yes. Game of
The White
Thrones.
Walkers on the other
Put it
end.
right in your face.
Are you talking
Game
about
of
that?
Thrones.
That
Yes.
wall?
That wall, yes. Game of Thrones, perfect example.
For those that don't know, right? There's a belief, and like I said, when I say belief, you can believe or you can choose not to believe and say that this is a people's belief. But
That's how belief works.
right, yeah, no, but the great, hey,
say it 6 times
no,
in a row.
hey, mind blown again. There is a lie in belief. There's a lie in belief.
That's true.
Okay,
Hello.
so
Some
boom
misbelief.
shakalaka.
Yes.
Here comes the Chief Rocker.
Yes. No, but conspiracy talk. There's
Antarctica they say is a wall, right?
They
Or a hole. There's two.
There's a lot of different things they say. So many different things. So for example, right now they're setting up a lot of bases in Antarctica. They've been finding pyramids in Antarctica.
They are
the government. Specifically, one example is that leads you to the present day is in after World War II, Admiral Byrd. Y'all know this out there, but he was
Y'all know Bird.
Y'all know Bird. He be flying across the land and shit, but he
so
traveled
government
there.
doesn't say
They found out
government bases. So I don't want you to lose where you started.
No,
Okay.
long story short, America found out over in Antarctica that there's been ancient civilization living there for a long ass time. Antarctica ain't really all just ice. It's a big natural resource. There's lands out there that's like the whole continent size of North America with resources out there. Under the ground, there's actually nice, cool, tropical land underneath the ice. So
Is that why you can't go to the top of the globe on Google Maps?
There's a lot of that. There's a whole you can make every question on why we can't do something with Antarctica, and that's pretty much the fucking reason.
Yeah, and they just
You
tell you that it's
are
cold.
not alone.
It's the cold.
They
It's the
are
cold,
here
right?
with you, huh?
It's the cold, right? That's what
Well,
they
it
tell you,
goes.
it's
It
the
goes.
cold.
It's very cold there, yeah, but not if you have the knowledge.
The means to get there, yeah. No,
Or
so, but then there's another
access, because it really just comes down to there's a lot of spooky shit going on down there.
I
So
think it's
in
all in
your
the ocean
opinion,
too.
Why would they not come out and let people know about it?
Because it's
I'm
free.
hoping one day soon it will. I'm thinking hopefully. I mean, I'm willing to guess within 10 years we should be able
So
to.
it'd be two part, but I think it'd be like twofold then, right? Because it'd be like, is it something good? Like, would it say, okay, so there's something or some type of wall, but what if ultimately like it is nothing? You know, like the upside down. I know you guys are a stranger.
Yeah.
You like the like
Yeah. No.
like not denying it, but what if like saying it is just like it's just abysmal. You know, like it is just cold too.
I think there's too many thoughts.
It could be cool.
Ideas. Yeah. I mean,
Maybe they got
whatever it is. Obviously,
They got Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
Things like
actually,
They
there
probably
was
have to.
there was a technology geek. He was a hacker tracking Fitbits, and that's how they found the secret base in Antarctica because the personnel they had their Fitbits on. and they
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Fitbits and microchips.
Yes, sir. But yeah.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing though, because I always do. I wonder why they would hide it. That'd be an interesting thing to find out if it ever does come to fruition.
Yeah.
It's definitely something to do with all the lies that they put in religion, and then a mixture of how we came to be.
Yeah.
And the truth of what everything is and the true power that we have.
Yep. It is a motherfucker when you think about how well my parents told me, so now I believe it, and then boom, 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 boom.
Everything.
And that, I mean, into, but the strongest part is into religion of like, if you actually think about any of these stories with a critical mind, you're just like, yeah, this didn't happen.
Yeah.
It just
A
didn't
lot
happen.
of it is. Go ahead.
When I would say like some moral stories though, I would like, cause I think some like when you say like when you say you start looking for the truth and see that there's some of these like I don't want to start calling them other fairy tales because can start insulting, but
if
they
you switch
line
fairy
up.
tales with Bible stories.
They
and
can-
you
you
were
can
just
get them to
taught
line
fairy
up,
tales your
yeah.
entire life.
Well, no,
But
yeah,
we
You
all-
believe in those then
I
instead.
don't know if you guys heard about this, but the old Sumerians, like all these fairy tales we're talking about with these religions, they all come from this one source from the old Sumerian religion, and that's from the gods are called Enki and Lil.
Yep.
I've heard something similar.
Why do you think I'm called Little Mattress? Come on, guys. I've been above you this whole time.
So, but yeah, so with that story, that's and then I don't know if you guys heard a god is called Yahweh.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
Well,
so
that's
Yahweh is supposedly like Enki and Lil are bigger gods compared to Yahweh, and like this earth was supposedly given to him to like, hey, this is this little plaything. Like we got much bigger things to do in the fucking galaxy and world supposedly, But these guys but they transitioned into Enki is the transitioning into supposedly Lucifer and Lil, it gets deep, and then
Well, don't stop! Don't stop! You got me right now.
Yeah, no, and Lil's supposed to be the Yahshua Hamashiach side, the true name of Jesus Christ. For the Hebrew, they believe in that. So then it gets really deep to see that all these things, and then you could mix it into the basic idea that yes, stars, people have traveled to here.
Mm-hmm.
We are a product of them.
Yeah, right.
Product of our environment, B.
Give us full disclosure. We're a hybrid of them and whatever, if you want to call it, the Homo sapien.
Yep.
The children want to know. The children are asking questions. What do we do?
You might as well just let us know.
Well, that's why you keep.
The sooner the better. Just rip
Well,
off the fucking Band-Aid.
You see the hints.
That's why they put Trump in.
You see this sometimes the hints though, right? Because people are talking about like creators and what's the other one? Creators, animators, like in referencing to a whatever higher power in movies and stuff.
Yeah,
But yeah, no, it's wild.
Yeah, you talking about the creator, animator, the Matrix, you know.
Oh
like,
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. All
AI,
types of
simulation,
references.
whatever's happening,
Yeah.
you know, like that's what Musk, Elon's still talking about. Guys, watch out for the AI. Watch out. Like,
Yeah.
he's like,
Young Muskie.
I don't know though, man. I might have to go for a transition because it's coming up. So you have to ask yourself, what are you going to do? You can be a martyr, or are you going to join the robots? And the
You know,
attack of the
you know what
clones?
you shouldn't do is ride your bicycle in front of a fucking AI car because that's because you can do that all day and you're still gonna get ran the fuck over. And I know that we talked about it last week, but if you want to talk about AI killing people, I'm not saying that car killed that person on purpose. But what I'm saying is, you want to talk about AI killing people. If you want to go for it, that's what just happened.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You're
Like.
right.
That's
You're
what just
right, you're
happened.
right.
No, that
You're
I don't think
everyone worried about
No.
fucking humans taking a car and crashing the
Yeah,
people.
yeah,
We got our own
yeah.
Uber doing it.
exactly.
Oh,
Good
God.
Lord.
So that'd be no, but I definitely believe Elon Musk to watch out for it, but also at the same time, we're not stopping it at this point. Like it's just
No,
not happening.
no,
you know what I
no.
mean?
We've created
Like I
laziness
said
and
with
dependency and a
Yeah, yeah.
curiosity.
there's
but-
yes, there's definitely those two, and with everything that people really care about and want to protest, whether it be that or celebrate and all that shit, everyone's got to go to work on Monday. That's the thing to where, like, regardless if you, like, people talk about the revolution and all that shit, man, you got to go to work on Monday. It's not happening. Like,
Everyone's hoping everyone's hoping that won't happen though with the people that are trying to hop into this crypto craze. Like they're hoping that this thing pops off, so they're like, you know what?
Yeah, looking for that
I
last
don't
gravy
have to
train
go to
of
work
sort-
on
yeah.
Monday.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But news on that. Supposedly, some people think this might be the low, and then some people think this might stay this way the whole year. And 2019 is the year that it pops off. I'm like, good lord.
Talk about
I
crypto,
hope-
right?
Yeah.
People get the
Bitcoin specifically.
yeah. Oh, okay.
talking about that it's going to jump around this 6, 7, 8, stay there this whole year, and then
Then next year.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. But I mean, there's so many
So you can get
people, ideas,
Yeah.
people coming out. I mean, you know.
look at all these rumors.
Yeah, exactly. But now this is gonna be the slow grind where like they're really gonna wait out the people
Oh,
that
shit,
brought
we
in
wrote
at
that
like
side.
16,000, 18,000. You know, they're gonna be like, do you guys have the balls to hold your money?
Yep.
Yeah, well, that's what I was asking.
They're
So
gonna
it
make 'em
seems
wait,
like it's like
know,
saying
and
like,
then-
hey, like a dues, like get in right now. It's not gonna go up. You can
Yeah.
get
Yeah,
in.
yeah, yeah,
you know.
yeah, exactly.
But if you get in
Yeah,
and
yeah,
wait,
yeah,
just
yeah.
wait. We're about
So-
to do something.
Pretty much.
I don't mean this in an aggressive tone, but when people say 2018 it's going to pop off, then they change to 2019 it's going to pop off. What is the do they give a why, or do they just go, nah man, it's going to be 2019?
Well, there's a lot of right now people are talking about they try to represent this whole crash due to the fact that people wanted to pull out their gains with the new tax system.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
there's
I'm
a
sure
lot of
that was-
speculation with that. But then people that analyzed it said, well, looking back at last year, that didn't affect it.
Yeah.
So it's tough to say. But then there's other people that think right now that it's in a bearish trend, which means it's going to go down to at least 2,000. But
Yep.
if it does not, it's going to stay at a 5,500 to 7 back
Yep.
down. You know, it's going to do that for a while.
Yeah.
So it's tough. You know, it's
Yeah,
Not a
I know it's all a
financial
guess
advisor.
anyway, but I just mean in terms
Yeah,
of
yeah.
some people seem to be like, hey, this is going to happen, and then when it doesn't happen, I just want to know
Yeah.
if they have a reason why it doesn't happen, or if it's
personally-
just a guess out
Yeah.
the ass, you know?
I personally like, for example, I've brought Bitcoin when it was like $12,000. So yeah, that sucks. You know.
Yep.
Oh shit, you down? But I'm not worried because I'm honestly gonna forget about this.
Yeah.
Like, I think when Bitcoin's down, it's actually a good time to not even obviously get on with your life and do other things.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
then when you wanna trust me, it will come right up and make you feel good when you hear about it. you
Yeah,
know?
you
Yeah,
can,
yeah.
like there's a right way to ride it. Like it don't get
Yeah.
don't get.
But
you
even
know.
with shout out to the Steam team because
Steam team.
Steam is
Supreme
Steam.
Steam
I gotta
team always
see
up with
that.
his game.
got cryptocurrency and it's cheap. You know, right
Okay.
now is a great time to obviously invest into the 3-piece and the biscuit. Shout out to all y'all Steamians out there. You know who it is.
Yeah, I
You know?
think because I think what a lot of people have with where we're talking about the fear of missing out is the get rich quick. That already happened. You
Yeah,
missed
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. That
So
was Lil
that's the
Wayne.
thing that what
16 years old. All right.
so that's the thing that I think people are kind of still holding on to in a certain aspect of like that get rich quick shit.
Yeah.
That's over with.
Yeah,
so now
exactly,
look at crypto in a different way. Look at Bitcoin in a different
Work,
way.
side hustle now, right?
Or like stocks to where like eventually hopefully it
Yeah.
goes up, but it's not the thing that like the thing that just happened. Yeah, that just happened. We all missed it. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's that part is over with. So
Speaking of, you said stocks. Did you guys hear about Amazon? They might be getting hit with some antitrust.
Yeah,
lawsuits.
Amazon, Facebook, it's big money's happening again. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of big money, and some of it kind of repeating itself. The Rockefeller, J.P. Morgan, all of them, went through a portion of that. That's when they got started
Got fast
booming.
money,
Yeah.
fast money.
fill me in on that. Expand on that a little bit of what's happening with
okay,
them.
so kind of like the whole antitrust thing is kind of like when people kind of start like monopolizing, like bigger than anything, and you
Yeah.
have to admit, like
Amazon,
Amazon, you know what I'm saying,
so
is at
huge,
that point.
just taking
Do
things
you
over.
remember like at one point eBay had that feeling, everything was like eBay,
Mm-hmm.
YouTube,
Trump's
so
been talking about it.
we know. Well, again, he's bringing some light to it because it is kind of calling out other millionaires. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, look it, like you are ridiculously filthy rich. So now the question is, well, who's calling? Like, what's he doing to this? So basically, what happens is, I guess, government kind of steps in and saying like, no one person should be able to dictate how everything is supposed to happen.
Yeah.
So we got to break this up.
Yeah.
So then it gets broken up. The
And
person.
I believe it was the philosopher Kanye West that said no one man should have all that power.
Exactly.
So that's kind of how.
Subliminals.
So that's kind of how it goes down.
The subs.
Hit the
So-
sub button, y'all.
But see, here's what ends up happening though, because it's almost like telling the rich, like you're getting,
You're getting too rich.
you tell them you're getting too rich. It's super noticeable, and it's almost like, well, no, it's no shit. It's noticeable because we have to we have to talk about this right now. But then they say we have to break this all up. But when we break it all up, don't worry, you'll still get 51% of all these broken
Yeah,
pieces.
yeah.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like,
But so in terms of Facebook, how is that?
Facebook's making money, man. We talked about it before when we're like, oh, how do they do that? Like, the reason why this whole delete Facebook, because again, truth coming to light is there's nothing but data servers and ad shit.
Oh, yeah,
when
yeah.
you like, share, comment, whatever, dude, you're going into a fucking
Yeah,
bucket.
but also
somebody-
the fact that
No, but I'm
it's
talking
listening
about.
to you.
Go ahead.
Also,
Well, no, okay, but let's talk about the money being made and the power, like being driven by their advertisers. Like if you see it, like everything is some type of ad. Somebody's paying for
Yeah, yeah.
space on,
I fully get that, but I'm talking about in terms of if Trump is talking about Amazon turning into a monopoly, I
Yeah,
get that.
okay.
Talking about Facebook turning into a monopoly, I don't get that. Because
Well, maybe-
there's
okay,
plenty
well-
of other
well,
like
I don't think it's about that.
Well, yeah, I don't think it's too much. Maybe a looser. I kind of bucketed the whole antitrust thing into monopoly. Like it's kind of like the antitrust when it seems like you have your tentacles on a lot of things. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like
Amazon
there's
and
a.
Google, Google would be more of the antitrust law case than Facebook.
Oh, well,
Facebook's more of the data mining that they do and what they do.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
and what
so
they
it's
do with it.
it's kind of like it's some of it is there like what with the money. I don't know. Should it be broken up?
Oh, yeah, money, yeah.
I see how like I think it's something that. I think it started to spiral out of control and then ended up going into the hands of, other people. You know what I'm saying? I think
It's been political a long time ago. People don't know that Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg and Obama, they were together, and Hillary, they were all fucking together, and he gave them all data information for elections. Like, come on,
'cause-
that shit's just been
well-
going on for 8 years now.
because we sucking and bucking.
Yep.
Tell 'em, but-
But, I
But
guess
also, too, there is the yes, you should read the fine print, and nobody reads the fine print. But also, and I understand that this is an entire society of nobody takes responsibility for anything, but we all did it to our fucking selves. Like everybody's like nobody forced you to sign up for Facebook. Nobody did any of that shit. All the fine print was there. You fucking read it. You hit accept, and I'm not. When I say you, I
No,
don't
yeah,
mean you.
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah. Everyone watching,
everyone
listening,
watching
yeah.
out there, like
Yeah.
so.
I was
When
like, yeah,
everybody,
keep going,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
tell
So,
'em.
so when everybody cries about what's happening, and I don't own these pictures anymore. It's if you really want to read that fine print. Like I said, there was a new one that popped up for like 2 fucking weeks. There was a new social media thing, and I don't even know what it's called because it only popped up for like 2 weeks, and everyone immediately was like, "No, this shit isn't cool. Read this. Read this.
Yeah,
read
yeah.
this."
We're talking about but here's the thing. I don't know if you're referencing the one called Gab.
It might have been.
Gab.
If you
I
even said the
think
name,
you
I
might
probably
be
wouldn't know,
talking
but
about
yeah,
them.
yeah.
don't necessarily discredit them because there are groups looking for, you know what I'm saying,
That
like those
freedom.
platforms, you
Yep,
know?
yep.
I heard Gab was like the ultimate say what the fuck you want.
Yeah, so it might not be that because there was a.
Well,
I
no,
don't
but
think
no,
it was
but
that.
but one of the things about it is no, there's an extensive like
Steam
you know
it is the say what
like
the
saying,
fuck
but
you
this
want.
is a you know it's within this group supposedly. You know, what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah.
It's just like look, we need to know all of this, but it stays in here. You
Yep.
know, there's a reason why we need to ask all of these questions. So
And that's why we steam it, y'all.
Steam it.
Sorry.
that's all right. I'm sorry. Run
Steam
that
it.
cold.
Just
Need
steam
some
it real
remedies,
good.
maybe some.
It's the 3-piece and the biscuit, y'all.
Bird flu. And listen, man, hit up the. Now, listen, you can call or text the hotline. It's 203-941-0045. If you want to
Yes.
shout out, if you want to ask a question, if you want to talk some shit, if you want to make fun of one, two, or three of us, that's completely fine. If you want to shout out, man, we'll read it on the air. If you want to plug for your website or anything like that,
All
man,
that.
we'll read it on the air. We're down to collaborate with people.
It's a community.
So, like we said, 203-941-0045. You can call or text that number to reach us.
Yes, y'all. And the links are all down below, so hit them up. We follow you, you follow us. It's a big community, y'all. It's a big thing, y'all. We come together, you know.
So, also speaking about maybe people not doing things the right way is there was a little bit of a, I'm not going to say drama, but I might say kerfuffle in baseball. I saw the I saw the headline that said something to the effect of like player A ruins player B's no-hitter in a shitty way. And the shitty way that was brought up is that I guess when a pitcher is pitching a no-hitter, the gentleman's rule is that you don't bunt.
Yes.
But the thing that happened in this situation was the guy bunted because the third baseman was playing way back almost, to the outfield. So dude bunted,
and what was
got
known
on
as a
first
shift,
and
right?
the happening of the game where that bunt triggered for that team to win because the dude bunted.
Yeah.
Next player got a hit. Next player got a
That's
hit. Next player
beautiful.
hit, and so they win. So it was an interesting thing. But then there's still the quote purists that are complaining about like it's a no-hitter, so you're not supposed to bunt,
Yeah.
so you weren't
Well,
supposed to do that, so you weren't supposed to
I
win.
think the true purist is the one who does bunt because you got a no-hitter. It's up
Exactly.
to that fucking pitcher and run and get that last fucking out.
The person
Get that
doing
last out.
The person complaining the most is not the player. The player knows what they have to do.
Yes.
You know, when
Bars.
you talk about
Tell him, coach.
because there's certain like when you talk about the no hitter reference, right?
Yeah.
If you were to bunt, like sometimes you have to think like, yeah, I could bunt to get on base, but what am I gonna do after that? You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? Like if the
You go Ricky Henderson.
yeah,
second base.
if you do, no, but here's the
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
though. The other team would be prepared for that. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
If you have the speed,
Definitely.
so they would play you that way. You know what I'm saying? So
uh-huh.
if you're some big bruiser guy and you decide to bunt, like more power to you. Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is it
you
a
may
big-
have gotten
I
on,
don't know.
you know. Well, no, I'm just talking
Yeah,
about like
I
you
hear
know
you. Yeah.
whoever wants to cry foul on certain things like this was
Yep.
just like, well, come
Gotta
on,
play
because
the
now
game.
you have players. The shift created this. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Which is. I thought the beauty of baseball was just like it was almost like geometrically placed. You know what I'm saying? Like you
Yeah.
had like you know what I'm saying. They call it a diamond.
There's a
but-
science to it.
yeah,
There's a
you know,
science to it.
and it's just really odd how like 60 feet 6 inches and 90, and
That's right.
so now you have people like shifting to like certain sides of the field and stuff, which
Yep.
created this, because that was the first thing that happened was the teams would shift and then the player would still hit the players. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
That's the
at
beauty
first
of
they almost look like kids. You know what I'm saying? They were looking like. A professional man knew that if I do this,
Yeah.
but he's
Yeah.
like, I'm paying millions. I can't do this.
Yeah.
I must do this.
Exactly.
Yeah, in the past they were
So,
doing this all day.
yeah.
that's
So-
what I was gonna
that's why
say.
I say
Like
it's fun
baseball
now.
missed like how the old school was, where it's almost like in damn, lost my train of thought. It's like son of a bitch, damn it.
Talk about the bunt. The
shifting.
you're
Oh
supposed
yeah,
to
okay.
follow
You
the
know
rules
how
and don't.
everyone's shifting over, and
Yep.
the art of going the other way is not done as much.
Right,
anymore.
yeah.
Like, the guys that you got, your fucking second baseman playing shortstop.
Yeah, wait on it. Rip it down the line. He's due.
You know,
Dude.
your first baseman's playing fucking second short, and
Yep.
it's like
Yeah, rip it in the other direction.
Yeah, but again, it's
Yeah,
one of those things where you can say like, go ahead and do that, but again, maybe not always the easiest because it's nothing new though. Because
Yeah.
if you're a baseball fan, Ted Williams, one of the greatest hitters of all time, played in like up
TW.
until like the 40s. You know, they shifted him and he
Yeah.
still hit into the shift. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
if you're
yeah.
good at something, sometimes you don't. You know.
if you can hit that blooper, if you can hit that frozen rope, if you can put it where you want to put it,
Yeah,
you're
you
still
can
gonna
do
be-
that. But
yeah.
when you say put it where you want to put it, like you wonder why some guys aren't like, you see these crazy shifts and then you have somebody cry foul, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
exactly.
Saying like, hey,
Uh-huh.
that's not how the gentlemen
True
do it.
purist.
You know what? I'm not in a fucking bow tie and a hat and newspaper fucking watching the fucking ball game.
Cracker
So,
Jacks.
Yeah, right?
Giving little kids bubble gum and shit. Man, speaking of that, I know that we talked about it perhaps on a way previous episode.
But,
I am bummed out
it's
that the
tied into
Bridgeport
something.
Bluefish have
Yeah.
fucking
Gone.
left, man. That shit is
Yeah.
for anyone out there. That's our local. What, were they?
They were
AAA,
independent.
AA?
No, they were
just
independent.
indies.
They were indies,
Wow.
yeah.
They weren't.
Yeah.
No A's.
We're talking
We just
about
like baseball.
guys who 12 or 16 weeks out of the year would room with the family in about Fairfield County for $350 to $400 a week
Yep.
until the season was over,
the
and then they
season
went
was
back
over.
to wherever, New Jersey, New Mexico, wherever.
Yeah.
You
Border
know,
Patrol.
yeah,
It all comes
yeah.
around.
You know,
Crazy. Wow.
but no, I mean, there's still some local stuff, but yeah, I don't know. Something about the ball game, and that can be an episode in itself, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Where like
But even
people-
Connecticut in general, where it's like, man, we want some fucking teams. Like, how are we, quote, one of the richest states ever, and we can't get
Yeah.
any fucking teams around
Yeah.
here
we got the Sound
besides.
Tigers. I mean, if you want to have a good time, get
It, you know,
get
it
there.
is fun, but professional sports wise, I
The
guess because
Whalers
we're
gotta
stuck
come back.
inside the well, that'd be great, but we're stuck in that tri-state area where if you were to break it down, like there's definitely major sport franchises, 90
you
minutes,
Go see
you know,
a Celtic game, a Patriot game. A
90
fucking
minutes in
Met
our
game.
state can bring you to 3 other states. You know,
Yeah.
you got about
Exactly.
40 other states where you can travel 90 minutes and you're still in that state.
That
you
is
know?
true. Yeah,
So,
yeah. And I do understand too, because if they brought a team to Connecticut, where are you bringing them?
Yeah.
That's the other thing too.
Yeah,
Is like,
yeah.
are you going to bring them to Hartford, which
Yeah.
is like,
Yeah. Well, and again,
How's
like,
that
what would it
happen?
be? And I get maybe that's the reason why. Maybe that's why there's such a strong female basketball presence because, like, where is our
Yeah.
professional sports? Because our professional sports are the
UConn.
locals.
Yeah.
It's Boston, it's New York, for whatever
Yeah.
their 3
Yeah,
of
you're
them
right.
are. You know,
I do remember in
in Connecticut,
was
people
it?
that we wouldn't support it anyway. We want to complain about it. We don't.
Yeah,
we don't
yeah.
support shit. We complain and we
Yeah,
don't move.
like, yeah,
that's what you
fuck
do.
that.
You know.
Yeah. I remember reading the newspaper because I remember it was on the front of the newspaper in like 7th or 8th grade. The projected stadium of the New England Patriots when they were questioned to be in Connecticut. I remember that projected stadium,
That was
which
because they
was
had to fill
interesting.
newspapers.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Never came.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Fake
But
news.
you know,
So in terms of like football teams, like New York has 3. We
Yeah.
can't get one. Come on,
but-
give us Buffalo.
No,
Give
but-
us Buffalo.
No, but hey, but you want to know something? Buffalo does support their crowd, and look at the
Yeah,
other
yeah,
two. They
that
play in
is
New
true.
Jersey. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
You got some people in New Jersey saying, the Jets and Giants are ours. No, they're
That's
not. They're not
funny.
really saying that.
The rough
And to
buff.
tie that together, that's where WrestleMania is next year
Where?
at the
In-
Giant Stadium.
Oh, yeah?
Giants and Jet Stadium.
Oh yeah, we're
next
talking.
year.
Hopefully, it's not going to be cold because
Yeah.
that's going to be a motherfucker.
Exactly, I know.
There's
Like a
gonna
day
be
like
no
today
land.
Nipples in the
wouldn't
ring.
even be great. You know,
I know,
to be
right
in
now?
New York right now. I would not want to be in New York right now, outside sitting in a
No.
stadium for 7 hours. That'd be some
Right?
shit.
No, and oh my god.
That'd be like the extreme sports.
Extreme Sports Network.
Shit, that's funny.
It'd be crippling cold
Yes,
out
yeah.
there.
But hey, tell me about some local news, man.
Some
People
local
trying to rob
news.
some?
Oh
Who's trying to
my
rob
goodness.
some?
Derby man tries to rob bank in Ansonia down by Division Street.
Times are tough,
The
man.
Webster Bank, yes. Dude was 26 years old, don't know his name, saw his mugshot.
He looked guilty.
Yes, he did.
Looked like he was
looked
on-
hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
He
say.
shouted at go to Taco Bell. Nah, right, but that Webster Bank over by Taco Bell and Stop and Shop.
Oh yeah, that was I had
Right there?
That's the division.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude, I park there all the time
When
for,
you-
for Uber Eats. I
Yeah.
park
I don't
like,
know the full story, but you can find it
Oh,
in the Valley
wow.
Gazette.
in the
Shout out to Uber Eats.
Now,
Yes.
he didn't get anything? 'Cause, I mean, he got
he
arrested.
got
so-
busted.
yeah, if he got
He
arrested.
got
but
busted. He
What
didn't
did
get a
this one go
biscuit. He didn't get no.
but what I was saying is, I didn't know if maybe he, got off with some
No.
money, then arrested, or
I don't
it
know.
was just.
It was actually online. I was setting up my tablet because at home now, I set up on the wall, so I feel all high tech, like I'm like Iron Man and shit.
Yeah.
So I'm like doing this on the wall. But so I set it up to the local news and lickety blow, derby dow.
How you like me now?
Yeah, exactly. This guy in jail where you belong. Monopoly. No get out of jail free card for you, buddy. But local news. What else though is the robbery. Local news with the steam team Shout out. Thanks again, everybody.
Supreme Steam Team always up with a
Appreciate the
scheme.
love.
Episode 14.
Appreciate the love on episode 14. We've been talking about casino talk.
I'd love
I went to the casino last night, actually.
Yeah.
I went. I went last Monday.
Tying into a casino with the gambling, we didn't get into like part of
We've been gambling all
the
night.
people who are complaining about the bunting and the shifts
yeah.
and stuff. There is a gambling tie associated to that. You know what I'm saying? Usually the people who complain about sports usually have some money invested on it, so you can actually bet, like, you know what I'm saying, well, X amount of runs be scored.
Yeah.
So when you have somebody go ahead and try to bunt when everything's going, you know.
And it also ties into the quote proper way to play. Like, I personally don't play blackjack, but I've watched one of my friends play blackjack and watched all the people that blackjack is not an individual game, apparently, now that I've seen it. Like, people fucking, no, see, and you shouldn't have hit because now the card that you took, I was supposed to get that card. But it all goes back to that, like, what you're supposed to do versus, like, hey, I'm here to make money for me. We're not on a team right now. Like, you've pissed off plenty of poker players that I've seen, you know what I'm saying, where they get really fucking mad, and it's just like, hey,
But I won.
exactly, that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you can get as mad as you want that I wasn't supposed to go in with a 2 and a 9, but I went in with a 2 and a 9, and a 2 and a 9 came up, and then a 9 on the river, and fuck you, you know what I mean? And because it's the game of chance, and that's the thing, but people get so in their head about, like, well, if I have a king and a king, so I'm supposed to get, and I'm supposed to win, and I have a 72% chance of winning, so I'm supposed to win, and then you won, and I'm not, like, but it all comes down to, like, hey, man, you're there to make money for your fucking self. We're not on this team sport here.
The people that act like that, they end up trying to find a table by themselves, and then you could tell that they're that player when they're by themselves, and then you go to sit down, but they're already playing 3 or 4 hands, and then they look at you and like,
Yeah, no, but here's, I mean, you almost, you know, what I say is when it comes to blackjack, I think you have to share that with the person, though, because you're right, though. It's a lot of people
baby,
think
do
it is
what
a
you
team.
want,
Well, no, but you have to understand that strategically, like, it is a game of chance. But blackjack would be the game that if everyone went in there under the same, you know, pretext, if you were all sharing the money at the end, yes, you would play this way.
Exactly.
But the truth is, you're not. So if you play the game properly, in the end, there will be more money on this side. But the thing is, each of those spots are going in with their own differences, and sometimes seats 2, 3 have to take a majority of the losses because the winners are going to come over here.
Yep.
So that's why I say it goes. You know, it's a twofold. But I definitely get caught up when people really mess the deck up. I'm like, because, you know, like I said, I understand that, like, you know, you can help the table, and, you know, but sometimes if I'm going to take a risk because I feel it's in my better judgment at the end of the night to go against what, you know,
and then
what I'm
this
saying?
motherfucker over here is exhaling, and you're like, cool, exhale.
Yeah.
We all gotta breathe. You know?
Be like, you know what though? This came from here. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's, you know.
that's why sometimes the people that think like that, you just gotta play your own game. I think that's a poker, right? Is poker play your own, or are you playing players?
Well, that you're supposed to play the other person because of the randomness of the cards.
Yeah.
That happened last night. I actually I did a little blackjack too. I actually broke even. I was like, all right, fuck this, I'm out of here. Then I went over to the crab table, $60 on the crab table. Table's so cold. So cold. No one was hitting a damn thing. And I actually waited my $60. I watched everyone crap out.
Yep.
Then I went and played. It was only $10 tables. But down to 10, bro, all right, I need to get a 6. I'm like, cool, okay, cool, all right.
6s are.
So you could back up your bet by 5 multiple. So I had 10, I put down to 5. All right, I'll do that. Took another, since it's a $10, you got to put $12. I put 12 on the 8. Boom. 7.
Fuck.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, just table's done.
I'm like, all right. Took my money, poker, went out to poker, made my money back plus $20.
Nice.
Took like an hour and a half, 20 minutes.
But you enjoyed yourself, though.
Found a lady, got something to eat with the $20 profit.
Yep.
You know, so.
You know what makes it, though? What I like about it is if you get the comp points, then you're walking out there like, you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes if you get the comp points,
I had 10 free dollars of slot.
Yeah.
Oh, and that was another thing, actually. So I broke all even and shit like a gangster. Like a gangster, I broke
We
even.
might get taken off YouTube for that.
oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's real bad.
Don't tell them.
But you know what?
That's how it works.
Well, you know what? On
It's
YouTube,
AI.
possibly, but on the Steam team, they won't take us down for that shit.
Yeah.
So
There you
shout
go.
out to the Steam team. So then I went a quick slots.
Oh,
They suck. Are they good? I mean,
I-
are they
I-
low?
Man, I've had,
I'll
dude.
tell you my story though.
I'll
Go
tell
ahead.
you, well, my unfortunate experience with slots is when I went on my 21st birthday, I hit the fucking jackpot.
Yeah.
How much was it?
That was my problem. It was like $180 because I only did it with one
Yeah.
quarter, and this was back when you actually used quarters.
Yeah.
Because that was 14 fucking years ago. But this was the thing is that, so I went to the Wild Cherry, boom,
Wild
hit
Cherries.
it like, and we were playing
Popped
all
it.
around, but went to Wild Cherry, boom, popped it. Bring, holy fuck, 3 wild cherries. I fucking won the whole shit. Lady comes over to me, gives me $180, whatever. Thank you, holy shit.
Yeah.
So till
Yeah.
this day, anytime I go in the casino, I'm playing wild
Chasing
cherry.
the dragon.
But,
Yeah.
no. But I'm not going like I do $10.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
And
yeah.
that's it. Like, but I still, man, I feel like I'm paying my tithe
But
and
that's-
paying my
yeah.
respects because I'm like, hey, maybe she'll come back to me one day.
That's
you know what I mean?
why. That's because my take on the slot is completely like random. Like,
Oh,
it
yeah.
really,
So, on Wild Cherry though, is there options to pay? Is it, can you do 25 or 50 or 75 or $1?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Well,
What's the highest one? Yeah.
Well, this is the thing is on the quarter machine you can go quarter, 50 cents, 75, but then there's the dollar machines, then
Yeah.
there's the $5
Yeah,
machines
yeah,
and
yeah.
the little joints that
$5
you walk
machine.
down. And but yeah, I usually just stay to the quarter so I can play for a little bit. But like I said, man, I only do like a $10 on
I
the slots.
swear
and
they got
if
you
I
because
go
it was
up,
your
if I go
birthday.
down-
You know,
Dude, it was
Like-
crazy. It was the first time I've ever
it's like
been
tribute.
To the
You
casino.
go there and you're just like, I
Exactly.
got
Pay the
yeah.
tribute.
I can't. I'll sit at the slots if like you go
Yeah.
like with my girlfriend. She likes to play the slots. Like
Yep.
I can't. See, to me, it's got nothing. It's just pressing a button. Like
Yeah,
so I
yeah.
have a tough time with it. And
It's
then
tough for me,
and then
too.
yeah, because then it gets us because then you're just like this is so boring. What else can I do? Well, the only other thing you can do
Get
is
lucky.
play more lines and multiply
Yeah,
your
yeah.
debt. You go from faster.
Well, because that's what a lot of females do that I notice is they'll be playing the 5-cent ones.
Yeah.
But then they'll do this shit where it's okay, it's 5 cents, but then you just played
$30.
fucking 40 lines, so it just went up to now this is a $2 bet and not a
Yeah.
5-cent bet,
You
So
don't realize,
yeah.
where the $10 went.
yep.
Oh,
That's funny.
yes.
No,
That-
but it's
that's
fun.
how it happens.
There's also people too that I've been at the casino with where like this dude we went with one time, he won the jackpot. And like we weren't around him, came back like saw him and he had won the jackpot. We're like, holy shit, dude, that's so dope. What machine you win it on? He's like, this one. And I'm like, who are you right now? Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, how are you so dumb and have so much money? Like,
This one.
yeah. And I'm just like, how is this happening?
Oh
How
God.
are you so dumb and have so much money?
But that's
Like, it was-
usually the person at the casino, though.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they're balling and like.
I think I got hooked
It's
on
just
the
crazy.
slot machines though because one time I spent $100 and I made like 400 and it was on this one machine
Yeah.
and then I always go back to it.
Yep.
But now I could recount in the past. I'll tell you the story last night. But in the past, I probably like every time I go, I lose $100 and I'm like, geez. But I remember the time that I won the 400.
Exactly,
you know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? But now when I went back, took the 100, took me down to like my $2 mark, and then I'm gonna spend it all. My $2 spin. Got the 10 free rolls. So, and then a plus plus $25, and then with the 10 free rolls,
Baiting you.
got my 10 free rolls when it was done, $120.
Yep.
I'm like, I'm out. I'm like, you just.
It's just the way
Yeah.
it messes with you.
I know there's cameras on that machine, and they look
I've
at
seen-
couples, and they're
yes.
waiting for the best responses, or they're
Yes.
looking at the guy that's miserable, right? Like that's the way I see it. Fuck you.
I
Guys.
had no, I with a friend I saw come up like I think I told you guys a story like $1,200 like in a thing in slots that Wheel of Fortune.
Wow.
You know where
Yeah.
and this girl's multiplier would end up being like $100.
Wheel
you
of
know.
Fortune, though, slots are good to play. That's what
Well,
I
yeah,
went a
well,
lot
because
to.
again, if you're gonna do slots, do a multiplier. But like I said,
Yeah.
it's just a complete random. It's like pushing
Yeah,
a button.
yeah.
It's just like, hey, most of the time I'm gonna fart or shit on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I might deliver the goods, but chances are I'm not. You know.
Yeah,
That's. But no, I saw this happen where like saw the yo-yo and saw what can happen.
Yep.
Like it gets scary.
Yeah, I
So-
do that with the slot machine where like I don't have a rhythm to it, but I'm like if I want to hit one, I hit one. If I want to hit two, I
think,
hit
yeah.
two. If I want to hit three, I hit three. Like
Yeah.
I don't try the like because I know that there's some people that do. They're like, all right, I go one, then I go three, then I go two, then I go. And I'm just like, man.
But I don't think they win either though. They just have a system. though.
exactly. Yeah.
I've noticed with some of them, like there's this
They're
one
like a
game.
drum machine.
Yeah, for real. And then like for me personally, I start getting stupid with it because I'm hoping like just to get random lucky, like I'll hit the thing and I'll rub the screen. I'll start giving it
Well,
those
I've seen that. Yeah. All crazy superstitions at the casino.
Like, oh god, I need this, and that's what I was doing when I got my money back. I was giving it the juju.
Yeah.
Like the
Put the hex on
camera
him.
saw me and like, yo, this is worth giving him $20. Like we just have to do this for an hour.
Right.
It's funny, but shout out to Johnny Rockets, man. I had a fucking smokehouse double with 2 fucking patties, bacon, cheese, onion rings,
Went for it.
chili cheese fries. Hello.
For free? With the card?
Well, yeah. Well, I had $10 because it's my birthday.
Yep.
With the casino and bing, 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 bing.
Ding 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 ding.
So yes, sir, it was a good time, but got the juices flowing. I'm not gonna go back for a while.
Yep.
Let's take a break.
Good
Wait
shit.
For this Bitcoiner. Supposedly, like you said before, Ethereum might be the newcomer. That might be popping up.
Ethereum.
The ether. Make your soul burn slow.
Oh,
3P shout out.
actually, made me think. Netflix had that Rapture. You guys see that?
I watched a couple. I can't
did-
deal with Logic because
Okay, I was
his
halfway
thing
through the
is-
first one.
His
and I was
thing
like,
is, guys, did I let you know? Yeah, no, I'm black. Yeah, I look white, but I'm black, and
yeah.
like it's kind of like
Too much in your face.
there's some fucking lady. She's real funny, but she's a comedian that can't stop telling everyone that she's a lesbian. I forget her name. It's Jane something. It might be Jane Lynch, but
yeah.
she's real funny, but she's just one of those, and that's how Logic is to me, where he's just like, I can't stop telling people that I'm black to justify that I rap. Like it's.
Yeah, well, I think because
he's a very talented rapper.
no, but
he's
it's
just
because
one
of
of
the
those,
question. I think it's not to defend him, but like it's to answer that
I don't
question.
know much about it.
Yeah, I think he comes off as that. I caught on to that very early,
Yep.
and I think that maybe that was being part of his mission and drive. That like, yeah, you do hear it a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it helped create him and drive him, saying that like, you know, everyone's just like, yo, why are you doing black music? And he's just like, well, actually, because my father's, you know, you know, yeah, but yeah, I know what you're saying. After watching it, you'd be like, all right, dude, I get it. Like,
Yep.
but again, he was definitely talented. Like, I like how he had his whole come up. The whole game has changed. But so you saw a couple of them though. So should I keep
Yeah.
watching it? Like I said, I was
I
that was
watched
cool.
The 2 Chainz one was pretty cool. The who else was on it? I watched another one too. I forget who else was on it, but I watched another one.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. It looks pretty cool.
Netflix, speed on Netflix, right? You said something about some show.
Yeah,
Imposter?
actually, Imposter was another interesting show or good story.
Getting the pastas.
Was telling you guys before, there was an older guy who pretended to be a younger kid. He was in the country of Spain and said he was a missing American kid. He ends up like calling like the FBI to get like a list of like who's missing in the U.S. They send over a picture. He says that, yeah, I'm this kid. He thinks he's got an identity. The family comes to find him, and then he feels like he's getting brainwashed because come to find out that this family actually may have had something to do with the missing child.
Yeah.
So it was almost like they hit like the lotto. It was just like, yo, like, you know, I think supposedly like the mother or the brother had something to do with, you know,
Is
the
it Netflix
disappearance.
original?
It's called Imposter. Yeah. It's called Imposter. It's
Imposters
definitely.
eating the pasta. Tell them.
But the craziest part about it was this dude did this like 300 times. Like he's taking the identity of missing children and it's
Crazy.
Like,
Is this
that's
based
wow.
on a true story or no?
yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, gotta see that.
So what do
that
you guys
was
think,
cool.
man? Episode 14.
Tell
Wrap
us
it
what
up.
you think. Tell us what you think down below. Write down the comment. You know where it's at. The Steamians. We talk. We get that money. We trying to decentralize. Well, I don't know if it's decentralized or not, but hopefully. But the Steam team coming at you. It's your man, Chedda Mike, 3-piece and a biscuit. You know what it is. Tell them.
Yeah, man. Lil Mattress. Follow me at Lil Mattress. LILMATTRESS. Follow my other podcast at Watermelon vs. Pumpkin. That's watermelonvspumpkin.com. Hit up the fucking hotline. You can call it or you can text it 203-941-0045. That's 203-941-0045. Call us, give a shout out. Do you want a shout out? Do you want to talk some shit? Do you want some advice? Whatever you need. Hit us up 203-941-0045. Let them know about it. Bird flu.
With that, we're about to get some rest. Got much else to say. Like, share, subscribe. Hope you enjoyed. Follow through with all that fun stuff. One last. We'll get them next time.
We'll get you next times. And we out.